Welcome to Bator International's Classic Online Motorcycle Sales. Today we're going to be working on the handlebars of the 1957 Harley Davidson Sportster that we are restoring. Now the problem that I'm having, and as if you can see on this beautiful 1958, the high-low beam switch is about an inch away from the collet for the advancer on the left handlebar. Now on the later style, and I'll just come over here to these guys over here, you'll see that the high-low switch is almost butt right up against the collet. And you can even see it on this one here. So sadly enough, the handlebars that came on that 57 that I bought last year at Vegas has the high-low right next to the collet. So what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to weld up those holes, reposition it, retap the holes, and then send it out to the plater. And being that we are running real short on time, I've got to get this work done immediately. So I'm going to go ahead and start working on that, and I'll show you some pictures of it as we progress forward. One of the problems I'm running into right now is on this left handlebar, the barrel for the advancer. I can't get it out because the pin is basically hammered in there. When you put these in, make sure that you have very good clearance, because if you don't, you're going to run into this problem when you go to remove them. So trying to drill these handlebars, especially this portion of it, is just about virtually impossible. So I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to grind a flat on the side of the pin to where I can get a good bite on it with my vice grip. Now if that doesn't work, then I'm going to go ahead and take my Dremel and just cut the barrel off, or this pin off, to hopefully to where I can get it slid out at that point. So let's give it our best shot. Okay, so we went ahead and used my Dremel, cut down the pin, and let's see if we can get this pushed out. There you have it. That's one way to get those things out. And let's see if it has a hole in the back, which yes it does, so I can just punch that pin out now, and I can save my the drum. Did minimal amount of damage to the actual handlebar itself. So now we can go on to step 2 and get these holes welded up for the high-low beam. When you go to relocate the high-low beam switch on the left handlebar for the 57, the best thing you could do is go ahead and mount your horn button, and then take your high-low beam switch and just set it right up against the stop there, because they actually touch. And then I went ahead and measured from the actual stop for the advancer to my very first hole here. And we already made a mark here, and so basically that gives me my position on exactly where I need to go. And I doubt I'll be able to use that same hole for the wiring, but I'll give it a shot. But also make sure that you use the or position it to where the bulbous portion of the actual housing goes towards the center of the bike. So we'll go ahead and get that drilled and see exactly how we're sitting after we get that job done. Moving along with the project, I have the holes drilled for the new position for the high-low beam. So now I'm going to go ahead and fill this hole, and I'll go ahead and weld this one up at the same time. And then the center, actually from here to here, is exactly the same from here to here. So I'll just go ahead and drill this out for the larger size for the wires to go through. So we'll go ahead and get that done. Instead of using a bunch of gobby welds to fill up this hole, I went ahead and used a 1/8" bar stock and ground down a little plug for this hole. So I'm going to go ahead and weld this and this hole here, and then I'm going to go ahead and grind this down, and it should be good to go. I will take my horn button off, because if not, I'll go ahead and destroy it in the spring if I don't remove it before I do the weld. Okay, next step coming. Well, there you have it. One perfectly positioned high-low beam switch. Now the reason why Harley Davidson moved them out closer to the actual collet out here is because the switch actually interrupted or got in the way of the clutch perch. I'm not exactly sure what year that they moved them out, but my good friend Dave Carlton knows all those little details, and he is one of the head judges with the AMCA on these 57 Sportsters, and early Sportsters I should say. Next step, the handlebar will be going out to the plater along with all the rest of the goodies. And it'll be a couple of weeks before I see these back, but in the interim, we'll go ahead and start working on the engine and start reassembling some of the chassis. So I appreciate you watching. I hope what I'm doing is helping you out with your restorations. And if you have a chance, go on our website, batorinternational.com. That's www.bator, B-A-T-O-R, international.com. Check out, see what we have available for sale. And I'm always happy to get comments back on the work that I'm doing here.